When a customer calls and asks a question that depends on real-time knowledge only a human has, like, do you have this part in stock right now? Or can you seat 100 people at your restaurant tonight? Your AI probably says something like, we'll get back to you, because it doesn't have true real-time information and can't handle edge cases. In other words, your agent is useless. Sorry, I had to say it. But what if instead your agent said, sure, let me text or call my manager for you. Hold on a sec. In this video, I'll show you how to do exactly that by adding human in the loop to your voice agent for any business. And if you watch to the end of the video, I'll show you a secret tool no one's talking about, which makes information capturing like emails 100% accurate. Let's dive in. All right, so let me just show you a demo so you can see what I mean. Right now I have the agent hooked up to WhatsApp and it's pretending to be the manager of the shop. So I'm gonna call in, ask about availability. It will then text the manager and the manager will relay the information back to the agent. So you'll see what it looks like.
Thank you for calling.
Hello, I have a quick question. Sorry to interrupt you, but I need to know right now what the update on my vehicle is.
No problem at all. I understand how important it is to get an update on your vehicle. Let me check with the team who can provide you with the latest status. Can I put you on a brief hold while I reach out to them?
Yes.
Thank you for waiting. I've checked with our team and your vehicle will be ready tomorrow. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, just let me know.
All right, so to build this out, here's all you need to do. First, you want to take this prompt. It'll be available for free in the description below. You want to copy and paste it into yours. And then you want to configure it to whatever use case you have. But this is the best way to set this up. Second, you want to go over here to Poku Labs and make an account with them. You get 20 free interactions per month, so totally free to test this out for yourself. And what you're going to do is go to Human in the Loop. And in this case, since we're doing it with WhatsApp, we'll hit WhatsApp, but you can do this any way you want, and then configure it with the human number you want to try. So let's say in my case, let's do this, and then I'm going to hit create. And now what I'm given is this unique MCP URL. Right? And I can even send a test message to make sure the connection's working. So my WhatsApp will be texted from Poku's service. So I'll take this right here, bring it back over to Retell, hit add MCP. We'll just call it Poku. Keep this very simple. And then I'll put in the URL of the MCP, what I just copied. I also want to make sure the timeout is configured to be the same as my timeout here in Retell, as is my same timeout in Poku, which we can see here is 60 seconds. We can change that right here. And so in milliseconds, that's going to be 60,000. Next, we'll just add headers. So authorization. If you've ever done anything with APIs, you'll recognize this. Bearer space, take our API, which is going to be right over here under accounts. Generate an API key, get one chance, copy it. I would save it, put it right in here. Okay. So we'll hit save and then it's going to populate the tools that we'll have access to. So we can hit add tools and it should load if everything was inputted correctly. And here we have some different tools. We'll just use the contact human one and make sure it's very important you press speak after execution so it works properly. Hit save. And now we have some great information. So in this case, if we go through this prompt at a high level, we see we can transfer based off certain criteria. Car status update, when someone asks about checking on repair progress, completion estimates, vehicle readiness, you name it. In your particular case, you can hone that in to be a lot more precise. However, this is where things get a little bit more important. So the only thing you have to change in the prompt is this, if you just want to get this to work for yourself. Where it says car status updates, you want to configure it to be the same MCP tool that we're calling over here. So you just want to replace this little string of numbers with the MCP that we copied. And you can go right over here to Human in the Loop, see how we copied this, copy MCP URL. Let's say I go over here, I'll paste the entire URL right in this, okay? And then just delete everything else. Okay, that way we have the full ID, so to speak, of the tool call that we are making, which is routing directly to WhatsApp. This is important because later if we want to do multi-channel escalation, which means setting up with WhatsApp, Slack, maybe different input SMS, and it going to different people for Human in the Loop, we want to be able to specify our endpoint. So that's pretty much it. Once you've hit save, you're done. And the really cool part about this is we're not just limited to one number for Human in the Loop. Let's say someone has a question that could be routed to the sales department or the accounting department, or Human in the Loop for an emergency response department. We could set up 5 different WhatsApp numbers that would each be routed to their correct location. So I'll show you how to do that right now. I'll show it through a unique example by actually taking advantage of a new feature Poku came out with, which is called caller escalation. So we can actually make it so if we have a question, instead of doing human in the loop over text, our agent will then call the person, do human in the loop, talk to the manager, and then relay all the information back into the conversation. This is important maybe when you have a situation that's more urgent, or people tend to respond better when it's a phone call over text, so they're more likely to give a quick response. So in that case, I'll show you to set that up. But this also can be used to route to any department to set up multi-channel human in the loop. So this is how you do that. Let's say that we want to add on to this a little bit. For our same auto repair shop, what if the caller has emergency towing scenario? Now this is something that would justify probably a higher escalation, and that's what I'm going to do right now. What we'll do is just add one little tweak to our agent. We'll take this and we'll say, let's just name this like towing emergency. And then we'll tie it to the unique tool call that we're doing here. So we'll just put in this information, interaction channel ID. You can do this as many times as you want. And let's go back over here to Poku and we'll create a new flow. So let's say in this case, I wanted to call my number right here. So I'll just take this number, put it into Poku for human in the loop. So watch what happens. All right, we'll hit create. All right, so we'll copy this MCP URL like we did right before. This time we're referencing though a different channel, which is going to be a voice. Put that just like that. All right, towing emergency. Hit save. We'll republish our agent just for good measure. All right. And so now with that configured, this is the exact prompt that you'd want to use. Why don't I text the agent? So I'll show you what that looks like. Hi, I have an emergency in this case, right? I need towing right now. And now if everything works, we'll go over here to Poku Lab. Let me check. It says, can I put you in a brief hold? I'll say yes. And now we should actually be receiving a call any moment now. Hello?
Hi, this is your AI agent. I'm on the line with a customer and need your input. A customer is experiencing an emergency and needs immediate towing assistance. Please provide instructions or connect them to our towing service as soon as possible.
Okay, perfect. Tell them I will call them, as the owner, I will call them in 10 minutes.
Understood. Thank you. Hanging up now.
Thanks for waiting. Our owner will call you within the next 10 minutes to assist you with your towing emergency. He might also be wondering what happens if the assistant texts the manager and they don't respond within the allotted time, say 60 seconds. In that case, the AI is programmed to say its script, sorry, the manager's not available right now, but we will get back to you. Poku's released a new feature. It's a little bit more advanced, so I can cover it in another video if you'd like. But essentially what it does is it will allow that conversation to stay open for a much longer period of time. So if the manager responds, maybe an hour delayed long after the caller has hung up, the caller can still get a text message from the agent with the manager's response. I have to point out that human in the loop isn't just a game changer for auto repair shops. This is a game changer for almost every business on earth. Just think about it. Once you understand this technology, you'll get what I mean. Real estate, legal service, financial services, property management, Airbnb, home services, HVAC, plumbing, roofing, education, travel and hospitality. The list goes endless. And the reason for that is because even if you don't use human in the loop the way that I'm using it here for time-sensitive data, maybe it can also be used as a safety net for any industry. Think about it like this. Agent is asked a question outside of its knowledge, but this is a safety net so that your agent will always be able to answer no matter what happens. Let me show you one of my favorite use cases that just came out with Poku Labs. And if you've ever struggled with setting up email capture on voice agents, you're going to be so grateful. So I'm just going to call it really quick.
I'll need to collect your email address. Would you prefer to text it to me instead of saying it out loud?
Yes.
Thank you. I received your email address as mark@gmail.com.
Let me show you how to build this real quick. So all you have to do is go over here to Poku. You're going to create a new MCP. SMS is going to be your channel for texting people. You can just say, put in a number. Doesn't matter what the number is really. And then we'll hit create, copy this new MCP. And just like you set up before, we're only going to replace one thing, which is this MCP URL. Paste it in here. You can keep API, everything else the same. Update. And then what you'll do is just take note of one thing mentally. Instead of texting the manager, which should be a static number, in this case, it's going to be texting a dynamic number, which is the caller's phone number. This is going to be different every single time. We're going to set that, and it's in the prompt, but I just want you to understand it. The human number is going to be set to user number, which is, if you're not familiar, Retell AI has a dynamic variable here that's by default is always going to be the caller's number. So this will change, but Poku now will accept caller's number here instead of a static number. And there you have it. That's how to guarantee 100% accuracy when collecting emails with voice agents. Didn't think we'd have a solution for that so soon. So that's wonderful. And you can basically take this prompt I've shown you here and insert it into any one of your agents, customize it to your bespoke use case and your setup. So obviously this is a simple tool, but an extremely powerful one. If you want to learn more about Poku Labs, check out the link below. You can sign up for free. And if you also want to learn more about how you could use this for an actual business, consider joining my community below. We'd be happy to help you. This is an incredible new update for voice agents. And if you're not following up with the latest trends, you're going to miss out on some incredible things like human in the loop. Your clients will love you for it. Thank you for watching this video and subscribe. Hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. I appreciate it a lot. I will see you in the next video.
Tectonic, where AI finds its voice. Come for the tech, stay for the transformation.